There is a chill in the air here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, and you know what that means, Bonza.
What, summer's over?
Summer, well, that's what they say. Labor Day weekend, summer ends here in New England.
It's gone by in a blast, at least the season of summer has, and now we have a nice breeze. It's in the 70s, but the best part, Kyle, we're recording this on a Thursday. This is how it's supposed to be on a Friday. I feel like that doesn't happen very often this year, but the weather is absolutely gorgeous, just in time for the late model's biggest event of the year.
The Paradiso Insurance 50 for the late models. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but it's been a couple of weeks since we raced. Mother Nature rained us out a week ago, but if we go back 2 weeks, there was a lot to talk about, including a wild race in the SK Modifieds with Corey DiMatteo picking up his second win of the season.
The key for Corey, though, is can they keep that up week by week? We've talked about Todd Owen being consistent. Corey, when he is good, that 11 team is really good. But can they keep that car going in the right direction on a week-by-week basis? If there's a time to get hot, it's right now. So we'll see what they can do. They were fast. Todd Owen got a top 5 finish. He barely missed the big wreck on the backstretch right around where we're standing at this moment. So he got another top 5. He is on an incredible streak. He has not been out of the top 10 since early last season. I might jinx him. Sorry, but he's doing what he's got to do, and that's why he's got a good point lead over DiMatteo, and Jimmy Blue was involved in that big wreck, so he falls to third in the points.
36 points between the top two. Is that enough time with a month left for Corey to reel him in?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
You got 5 events left for the SK Modifieds because they have a double header for the fall final weekend. It only takes one night, and they got 5. A lot can happen then.
The SK Light Modifieds will be back in action this week as well, and all eyes are on that orange and black number 39. George Bissett Jr. has been stellar the second half of the season especially.
Well, we got 2 orange and black cars fighting for the championship.
That's true.
Brian Sullivan as well. But yes, Bissett, 2 wins in the last 3 races, 3 straight podiums. I mean, that team is getting hot big time. They went through some adversity mid-season after getting parked for one night after a black flag in the middle of the race. But since then, 37 to 4th, and they haven't looked back. Couple wins, consistent top 5 runs, reeling in Brian Sullivan, who had a DNF last race after getting caught up in that big turn 4 pileup. That's all Bissett needs, because now he's 8 points behind with 4 events to go.
Yeah, you said it only takes one night to see that point lead evaporate, and that's exactly what happened 2 weeks ago. Is it a 2-horse race?
For now.
Okay.
Now, granted, who knows? Maybe both of them will be swept up in an accident and maybe Alex Pearl can reel them in, but that's a lot to ask for. I think right now it's all about that 39 and 46.
In the limited late models, it has suddenly become a 4-man race for the championship. Rich Hammond. We hadn't talked much about him until 3 weeks ago, and now he's rattled off 2 in a row as the defending champion.
That's why we run the full season, because you have your ups and downs, you have your undulations in terms of how good you run, how much you struggle. Well, they figured it out now. Can they keep that going? Back-to-back victories. Very impressive drive a couple weeks ago. Started back in 6th. Got stuck on the outside. Got in line. Got up to 2nd. Reeled in Pat Note from 4 seconds back, which is over a straightaway, and got the win on the final corner of the final lap. That 28 team is on a roll right now. They look like how they were at the beginning of last year when they won the championship. Let's see if they can keep that going. He still has the way to go, though, because Lavoie, Cormier, and Clement are still keeping consistent, even though they're not up there battling for the win as recent.
In the street stocks, it's still a 2-man race for the championship, but it was a very emotional and popular win 2 weeks ago, a first-time winner here at the racetrack.
Chris Danielchuk getting the victory in a stunner, giving Rent-A-Race Car a victory at that. It's been a long time since Rent-A-Race Car has been the victory lane at Stafford. Danielchuk, his first career win, as you mentioned. He just came off his first top 5 ever the week before. Victory lane couple Friday nights ago, and man, what a wild finish. The feel-good story is Danielchuk. He showed his excitement when he climbed out of that car in the front stretch and celebrated with his crew on the other side of the fence, and then in victory lane. I mean, the energy was palpable. I mean, there's so many people that are happy for that 94 team. Marvin Minkler, who's basically a teammate to those guys, he finished 3rd. That's his first podium. But then in the big picture, the championship battle takes another turn. In the last 2 races, the points lead has switched twice. Before it was Hyder up by 2 points. Now it's Waterman up by over 10 points after a last lap spin for Travis. Waterman finished 2nd. This is going to be quite a battle to the end. You have 2 drivers who are both fast. They both can wheel it, but they have 2 contrasting driving styles. Will those 2 styles coexist for the final month of the season, or will somebody have to be more aggressive, or will somebody have to clean things up a bit? We don't know. But I tell you what, a lot of good championship battles, but this one between Travis Hyder and Ryan Waterman, it's going to be a fever pitch. It's already gone up to a fever pitch. Every week it gets crazier and crazier, and we still got one more month left.
It started on opening day and it has continued all summer long before those two, and will continue, we believe, right through the month of September into championship night. And the late models, the big race of the night, the Paradiso Insurance 50-lapper, their longest event of the year. And it's been a while since we have seen a repeat winner in this race, dating back almost a decade.
Yeah, back in 2015, I think it is, so 8 years ago now. It's going to be a good one. Who knows what we're going to have? 2 years ago, it was caution-free. Last year, it had a bit of yellow fever. You have a really stout field of cars. You have over 20 every given week, and over half have a chance to win. Tom Fern won it last year. Wayne Corey Jr. won the year before. Who is it going to be this year? Could Tom repeat? Could Wayne Corey get it again? Will we see a new winner this year? We still haven't seen Daryl Keene hit victory lane. Zach Robinson hasn't won. Chris Meyer, Paul Verrecchio Jr., they've all shown hope this season, but haven't gotten to Napa victory lane yet. We've seen several times over the last few years a driver getting their first win of the season in this event. It can happen Friday night.
Could be a new winner for the season, could be a new winner for the event. I was surprised doing the research earlier. Adam Gray has never won a 50-lap feature here at Stafford.
He's kind of like Tom in a way. Both of them just struggled to win these 50-lappers. They've been fast, just haven't gotten the checkered flag first. So we'll see what Adam can do. Adam's had a bit of a rough go in the last few weeks, getting caught up in accidents, getting bumped out of the way. I'm sure he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder trying to get to victory lane and avoid any trouble that happens, because we've seen a fair bit of calamity over the last month and a half. Who knows what this Friday will be or will bring, but it's going to be a good one.
And we didn't even mention the point leader, Kevin Gambacorta.
I mean, he's the point leader by, 36 or so over Tom Fern, who had a bad night a couple weeks ago. Gambacorta has stayed consistent. Besides that one night where he had the broken sway bar, he's been always top 3, top 4. That car is so good in the long run, and if you want a long run car, tonight, or Friday night, I should say, is the night to have it. If we have a long run, that's not a guarantee. But Gambacorta, he hasn't won a 50-lapper yet. He looks to break through and get that victory out of the way and break his career high with 4 wins on the year.
I don't know about you, but if the last few late model races are any indication, I don't see much of a long green flag run.
But these guys got a week off.
That's
Maybe
true.
that'll help. Maybe it won't.
Calmed.
Who knows?
It's going to be fun. All gets underway just after 6 o'clock here at the Stafford Motor Speedway on Friday night. The Paradiso Insurance 50 for the late models, joined by our other 4 weekly divisions here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. And like always, if you can't join us here at the racetrack, you can tune us in on flowracing.com.